Good evening, floor hockey fans, and welcome to the season premiere of FHL Game of the Week from St. Joseph's School in beautiful Dryden, Ontario. Coming up tonight, the brand new expansion Nordiques taking on the Whalers. But first, pardon the interruption with our hosts.
And welcome to the brand new season of FHL Game of the Week. I'm Mr. Norino.
And I'm Mr. Skillet.
I'm Ron.
And I'm Don.
Well, thanks especially to the Wild for letting us use Ready to Roll for this season's theme song intro. Let's not waste any time. We're standing ringside here. We're getting ready for our brand new season. And Mr. Skillen, who looks good on paper this year?
Well, I've checked it over. On paper, I got 4 teams that really kind of stand above the rest. I got the Swarm, looking very solid. They are loaded with players. The Nordiques, the expansion team, believe it or not, they did a great job in stealing some players, and they got a fantastic squad. The Lumberjacks, and of course the Wheat Kings look real strong with the Gussie boys.
I'm gonna just cut in for a second here. I know the Nordiques are coming into the league now with that new expansion draft, so it's gonna be a big season for the league, obviously, with them coming in. But that now brings our number up to 9 teams. So I'm just wondering what Don thinks of that, because I know 9 teams is gonna kind of drive you a bit nuts.
Well, what are we going to do here? Like, we're going to do like baseball and have some type of silly wild card playoff format? I don't know. We're hockey. We'll have even numbers. And what's this? Nordiques?
Nordiques.
The Nordiques. Yeah. Well, actually, the Nordiques, like, they're a team from a long time ago in the league. I hope you don't have any disparaging remarks about them. They almost won the cup once.
Well, you do realize that I was voted one of Canada's greatest people, right?
I remember.
And
you tell us all the time.
I did say something about Quebec, but I still think that, well, the Nordiques got tossed out once, so why bring them back?
Well, the Nordiques are our new expansion team. They are looking pretty sharp in those uniforms. GM Liam Skillen. That'll bring us to what looks good as far as our seasoned vets and as far as some of our newcomers this year. What do you think, Mr. Stone?
Well, I'm going to turn it over to Ron for a moment there. He's been checking out the seasoned vets, the guys who are returning kind of for their final year. Who do you think and who do you like in that group?
Yeah, well, you know, we got Liam Skillen coming back. He had a big season last year. You know, he's a real force out there. Barrett Edinburgh, who finished atop of the league in scoring. Not at the very top, but he was right up there with the best. And we have Josh Blackman, and he's coming back, and all 3 of those guys are going to be looking for rings.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go out with a ring. That's what they'll be shooting for and firing for. Now, Barrett did get one last year, so he's going to look for the repeat. So we do also have some flashy rookies coming in this year. We got a kid by the name of Nate the Great Wyshynski, and you watch this guy. He can dangle, he can fly. He comes from a long line of athletes. Dad was a great hockey player. Mom probably a better athlete than Dad, so we'll be looking for big things from him. You got Sophia Delorme, who's a goaltender actually for girls hockey. So if they plug her in the net, look for big things from her.
From what I hear, that is their plan. Yes.
And yeah, and I mean, she's gonna see a lot of rubber, but she'll be able to stop it. She's a great tender. We also got a young fellow by the name of Mason Athlin. Now his dad played here and was quite a star back in the day. Matter of fact, when he moved on to high school, he would come back and challenge the teachers with a group of fellas. So. You know, a long line of sporting activity going on there as well. And then you got guys who are poised for a big season. People who played last year and are ready to take it up a notch. I'm thinking of guys like Cooper Groves, Adam McCory. You know, small in stature, big in heart. Like this guy will get after it.
Caitlin Biharioki.
I got her down there. She's steady, strong on the back end.
There's another Rapoki coming up? Another Rapoki?
No, she was your
dark horse pick last year, remember?
She was your hot dogger last year.
That's last year.
Oh, okay.
Watch for Sophie Armit. I mean, her brother was a dangler, and she's a solid player, very aggressive, so look out for her. Ryder Paquette, this guy can fly. Tegan Zachary's back.
Are we going to go through every player in the league?
He can play the pipes.
They're only 45. There's only 45.
We got Abby Lappage looking to make a splash. I mean, a lot of those are all on the Swarm. That's one of my picks. That's a dark horse squad.
Okay, well, Don, you've got a lot of players, but you do have a lot of parity. We know the expansion draft this year to bring in the Nordiques kept those players in smaller groups. You've got 5 players a team. Nobody was able to protect anybody this year like last year, so there are no stacked teams. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, first of all, Did we talk about any of these players last year in our coaches' corner? I don't remember many of these players. They all graduated off to some other leagues now?
No, a lot of them are coming back. We've only lost a few.
I don't remember, just except for Koki. That's the only name I remember.
Well, Curtis has moved on. He was the big sniper, and same with the
okay. Anyway,
young Jonesy.
Parity. Well, 9 teams. You know, I don't know. I don't know. This league, there's always some good players going to come up. There's going to be some surprises. The ones you talk about, those young guys, the little guys. Yeah, there were some little snipers in there. I do remember that. But I think that the Wheat Kings, I like them.
What I would like to know from you, Don, is the fact that we have smaller teams. In other words, we only have a few players per team, so they're going to be playing the entire game. What do you think of that? How's that?
Ron, you seem to have a lot of hockey sense when it comes to this. I mean, you keep him on a pretty short leash.
I believe that.
You got to control him. How are they going to control their teams with so few players? You got Don in the.
You or are you asking me?
I'm asking Ron. I want to know what he has to say about this.
Well, I think you know what? I think they're gonna struggle definitely. You know, with their.
These kids don't do anything anymore.
Well, that's what I was just going for.
They sit and they play their video games. That's all they do. They don't get out and play any shitty hockey anymore. I don't know. Are they going to be in shape? Probably not. Unless their thumbs will be in shape. But that's about it.
That's what I worry about, their endurance with, you know, not having any subs. It's going to be tough for them.
Well, that would be a concern. Definitely the fact that we're playing 2 games. Some teams are playing 2 games a week. So you've got those grade 4s playing on a Tuesday. You might have the Bruins playing right after them, and the Bruins will play again on Thursday. If you've got an injury, you're looking at 2 games out of the season that you've lost if somebody isn't feeling well that week. But
it'll be like old school.
It will be.
They got to play their way into shape, just like when I was playing.
That was a long time ago.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Basically, we've got one big opening game for you today. We've got 5 games happening over the course of the next week, and make sure you go over to the St. Joseph School Facebook page to keep yourself current with all the goals and goals against average from our students, and go to stjosephs.tncdsb.on.ca and click on that athletics link so you can see all the stats as the teams progress through this season and all the players and their individual stats. From Mr. Norino
and Mr. Skillen,
Ron
and Don.
Keep your stick on the ice.
Brett, you have a very young team. Where do you plan on focusing your energy this season?
Well, towards the net, score and win.
Thank you.
Liam, you've drafted a very strong team for the season. How do you think the expansion NORDIQUES will perform this year?
I think we'll do pretty good this year. We have strong offense and strong defense.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, welcome to the season premiere of the Game of the Week. We have a great one here today. We have the Whalers taking on our new look expansion team, the NORDIQUES. I'm Mr. Skillen.
And I'm Mr. Norino. Thanks for joining us for another season of Game of the Week. Just wanted to let you know that today we've got a couple of healthy scratches as you see the names flashing across the top of your screen. And Mr. Skillen, who are you looking for to make a big splash today? There's a lot of rookies out there, a lot of seasoned vets. What's going to be the story today?
Well, I'm looking at the young guys. There's going to be some young guys that are going to make a big splash today. We've got Nate Pashinsky in his first game, Kale Springett, lots of good players on that side of the coin there, the NORDIQUES. But we also have some good veteran players on the other side, Andrew Brandt, and looks like Brett Cairns will be back for another season with the Whalers. So it should be an exciting matchup between a couple of young stars and a couple of veterans.
We're underway here. We've got Tessa and Alyssa running the referee and linesman duties for today. We've got a couple of grade 8 girls that are manning the utilities, the facilities. They're taking care of the score and the music. So a lot of new faces out here today. And right into it, you got Landon Friesen playing goal for the NORDIQUES. Makes a couple of quick saves here early on in the game, and we are rolling.
We also have a stalwart on the NORDIQUES side of it. Liam Skillen's back. He's in his final season there, so he's looking to make the big things happen and hopefully bring a cup home in his final season.
And there's Sophia Delorme playing goal for the Whalers today. Looking pretty sharp so far.
going side to side, playing some pretty good with a defensive peripheral view there. Puck here in the neutral zone, picked up by Liam, and goes just wide behind the net.
Sophia has a lot of experience in net. She plays girls hockey, and she plays goaltender there, so she'll be tough to beat today.
Quite a few scratches on the Nordiques team, frozen there by Landon. Quite a few scratches. We've got Ethan Teets not playing today, and we've got Cale Springett not playing today. Healthy scratches, nothing wrong with the gentleman, just not ready as of game time today. So no subs for the Nordiques. We're going to be playing the full 10 with just 3 Nordiques on the floor at a time. There's Liam going for a shot, no dice. Nate playing the wing, and those two are pretty much tic-tac-toe so far off the first few shots on Sophia.
So far, a back-and-forth battle. Defenses are holding tough. Very few quality scoring chances. Just a few things kind of directed at the net, but nothing major. There's our first good scoring chance right there.
And I think that was Chase. I think that was Chase taking a quick shot there. He's got the longer hair, if I'm not mistaken. Lot of newbies to get your head wrapped around here. Not sure who everybody is, but I'm sure as the season progresses, they're going to make some names for themselves. And there's Baczynski with a shot. Oh, Liam can't find the ball, and it's dumped out. There's Nate again. Just goes wide.
That's a young rookie to watch out for.
And our brand new net in front of the audience there, trying to save some lives from the flying floor hockey ball. Not any casualties yet, but it's just a matter of time before somebody goes down with these rocket shots from our FHL All-Stars here. Liam misses the pass, he's going back to pick it up.
Nice little shovel move, but checked off the puck there.
Playing end-to-end pretty solid, these Nordiques. You've got Ethan Keane playing it safe, back on D, covering for Landon, who is, cup winner from last year. Could have been the MVP. If we had a cup MVP, I definitely would have thrown that title at him. Stood on his head in that final game, if you recall. There's Liam behind the net, and he fires it, and that's our first goal here. The Nordiques' first goal in the Reborn franchise. I don't know if you remember, Mr. Skill, the Nordiques were around in our league way back in the day. They wore light blue with that black fleur-de-lis. We still have a couple of those jerseys hanging around in the coat room off the gym.
Nice to see them back. They still have a huge fan base, so they'll be happy they're back as well.
Nice scoring chance there. Landon sprawls himself over the ball, and that's frozen deep here in the Nordiques' end. Hard to see how far along in the game. It looks like we've only got about 6 minutes left or so of the game, 6 and a bit. And there's the puck cleared. Whalers doing their best to clear that puck. Whalers doing their best to cycle their players, keep fresh legs on the ice. Could be the difference maker today. Nordiques got a little bit lucky with Liam finding himself open in front of the net there. Sophia, ooh, that one goes off the post.
Great looking chance there, and a chance coming back the other way.
Brett Karen, big shot. Looks like they're covering Brett a lot. I mean, he's the big man on his team. Going to be hard to stop once he gets the ball.
Big body, tough down low, protects the puck well. Nice shot.
And stay tuned. Stay tuned next week on Game of the Week as we rekindle our love affair with Score and Win. Score and Win. We'll be looking for those people who are faithful viewers of FHL Game of the Week to be watching the game, and if a particular FHL player scores a particular number of goals, you could win $1 million. That's a lot of money.
Nobody walked away with the cash last year, so.
A couple people got close, though. And I think, Chase or Xavier, one of the younger guys here.
That down low and just peppered it wide.
Lucky some of these grade 4 players actually cracked the squads this year. It was only about a week ago that decision was made. We had training camp for all of our new grade 5 kids, but just to round out the teams and make sure we had enough players on each side, we brought up some grade 4s, and they're looking pretty sharp so far.
definitely a young person's game now. Times are definitely changing. It's a faster, quicker game for sure.
An amazing game that we just witnessed, not on Game of the Week, but we had the Lumberjacks, big save by Landon Friesen. We had the Lumberjacks taking on Team Success, a real roller coaster ride, 2-2, and just a nail-biter right at the end where the Lumberjacks thought they'd tied it up and the ball just traveled right across the goal line, and it did not work out for them. So our actual first win of the season before Game of the Week here, the Team Success defeating the Lumberjacks 3-2. That was a great game.
It was a great game.
I'm sure you saw some of that.
Barrett Edinburgh looks like he's primed for a big season there, and same with Adam McCory. He really looked good in that game as well.
Yeah, I think Barrett got 2, if I'm not mistaken. I think
Adam might have got the 2 to
to
get her tied, and then they let one go and lost her 3-2. But it was an exciting game right down to the wire.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Lumberjacks goalie Eric Armstrong, who stood on his head for that whole game. He was just getting peppered by Barrett. And Barrett, as you know, brought up his little brother Everett, playing on the Whalers, on the Team Success 2, and Jack Knoll, who's looking really, really sharp coming out of grade 5 training camp.
He's another rookie that looked really good out there.
Absolutely.
Small in stature, but big and hard. He plays a big, big game.
Yeah, he plays left wing to Barrett. That leaves nothing to be desired. He's always right on the point, waiting for the slot to be open and fire that a lot. Oh, looks like that's Nate's first goal of the game. Nate, the great
Bashinsky pumps one. That's his first goal in the league this year. Probably one of many.
Mm-hmm. That's our first grade 5 goal of the season too, if we're keeping track of how old these guys are as well.
2-0 lead for the Nordiques. With Freezer in net, it's going to be tough to come back on them, but you never know.
Now, my history is a little bit fuzzy, and I'm thinking the big league history here, but I think both of these teams were Adams division teams back in the day.
Yes, with Buffalo, Boston.
Yeah, the now Atlantic division. So yeah, 2 defunct teams playing again in our league, the Whalers and the Nordiques.
Former Dryden Knight, Chris Pronger, drafted first by the Whalers there. In the first round, 2nd overall, I believe, behind Alexander Day, who went to Ottawa.
1995? I can't quite recall. I think he only played on the Whalers for 1 season or 2 seasons before they moved to Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it might have been 93. I don't know. Either way.
I think you're right. 93 might have been the first full season in the league for Chris, right? And then he was gone after that.
Yeah, and that was... Did he captain the Whalers, or was he his first captainship on the St. Louis Blues?
My guess would be that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Winding down here. Still 2-0. The Whalers trying everything they can to keep the puck in the Nordiques' end. Another big save by Landon Friesen. It's going to be a big season for him. You got to wonder, with only 3 skaters out there, how can he? Oh, hopefully it's not going to be a regular thing. Hopefully they'll have some players on the bench. But how can he keep it up for the most grueling season length we've ever had? We've got 26 weeks. And the Nordiques are playing twice this week. The Nordiques are, twice this week. The Nordiques are going to be playing today as well, this being Friday. So he's going to have to backstop them to another big win. And now 3-0. Well, I didn't even see that one go in.
That was a shot from the other end. Must have snuck through.
I think that was Liam. Looks pretty impressed with himself. He's pretty stoic. He's got a...
You can't tell if he's up 3-0 or down 3-0.
Well, that's the game. Talking about... Oh, my goodness. Well, that happens sometimes, you know. You guys saw the game. You saw the goals. And this 3-0 final here for the Nordiques.
Great effort. Good way to start the season for the expansion Nordiques.
Well, that'll be it from us, from Mr. Norino.
And Mr. Skillet.
Keep your stick on the ice.